All right, so first things first, there's going to be markers down below. If you don't want to hear me blabber on and you don't want to see the sort of gear that I use and all that sort of stuff, feel free to use the markers below. Just know that if you do that, you're going to fuck my algorithm up. If you can live with yourself by doing that, by all means, use those markers. That's what they're there for. All right, so getting into Vorkath, the dirty undead blue lizard. Um, Look, all in all, he's a pretty easy fight. If anything, he's more of a skill check and a check to make sure that you're like paying attention to your screen. I swear to God, this boss, like, if I have an itch on my arm and I like let go of my mouse and just kind of give it a little scratch, this motherfucker taps into your webcam, sees that you've taken your hand off the mouse or diverted your attention to a Facebook message, and will shoot his big fiery ball at you and instantly kill you. That's just the nature of the beast. And unfortunately, every time you die, you've got to pay your boy Turfin 100k to get your gear back. Which for us mid-level guys, 100k is a lot of money. You're killing Vorkath for an average of 180k, so it adds up. It feels bad when you die, but you are going to die a few times when you're doing him for the first time. Now, I'm going to step through the gear that I use. I was using different gear before this stuff, and I just kept dying miserably. So I'd recommend you guys follow along. I think it's probably about 15 mil or maybe a little bit more that we've spent in total. If you don't have the money, I mean, just sell your other shit. If you're a main, like you can sell all your shit and you can buy it back again. It doesn't matter. Um, anyway, let's get into the gear and we'll go from there. All right, getting into the gear now. This is roughly about 15 mil in total, so it's pretty cheap all in all. I get you probably don't have 15 mil sitting in the bank, but like I said before, if you're a main, just sell what you need. So first thing is the salve, and you're going to want to enchant it and imbue it. You get that free from the Haunted Mine quests. Obviously, Ava's full void. You can use elite or standard. I just actually finished getting elite, and I don't notice a difference on my kill time compared to normal. So don't feel like you're missing out. And that's free from pest control. All right, now we start to get into where things cost a little bit of coin. So you want a dragon crossbow. Now, dragon crossbow and rune crossbow are pretty similar stats. I think dragon crossbow just gives you +1 to range. The difference is that you can, I spelled that like a fucking numpty, but that's meant to say dragon. You can use the dragon bolts. So you want to use dragon ruby E and you want to use dragon diamond E bolts. They're the sort of the same as the rune variant, but these are much stronger. Like the rune variants give you somewhere around like 80 range strength. These give you about 125 or something. So they're a lot stronger, and that's why you want to use the dragon crossbow. Dragon crossbow costs just over a mil, and the dragon bolts cost a bit, but you will replace how much they cost very easily once you start killing Vorkath. Next on our Spinny Boy list, we've got the Dragonfire Ward. So this is actually a shield that Vorkath drops. He drops the like visage for it, which is how you make the shield. I highly, highly, highly recommend you use this. Um, I mean, your only other option aside from a Dragonfire Ward would be a dragon, like an anti-Dragonfire shield, and they basically give you no stats. Like they do absolutely nothing. The Dragonfire Ward, on the other hand, gives you plus range strength. It's going to give you massive defenses to range and magic and everything like that. So everything the Vorkath's hitting you with, you're going to be more defensive against it. And I think it even gives you like ranged accuracy and strength. So you're going to be hitting more regularly, hitting stronger. It's just a banging shield. For 13 mil, do whatever you have to do. Like sell whatever you need to be able to buy this shield. I highly recommend it. Next, you're going to want some God boots. I mean, honestly, boots don't really matter too much. I use God boots. Gothics are the cheapest because they're an ugly green color. I think Bandos are the second cheapest. Doesn't matter what you use. They do give you a prayer bonus. If you don't have God boots and you don't want to use God boots, boots of brimstone are also pretty nice and pretty similar in stats. Um, if you're an Iron Man, honestly, just use whatever you've got. It doesn't matter too much. Just don't go using snake skin or some shit like that. They're very weak. And then you just want to use an archer ring, and you obviously want to imbue that bad boy as well, so it gets the double stats. I'm assuming most people are going to have an archer ring. Honestly, I brought this on my account back in the day when I used to play. I think there are a couple of mil maybe as well. So that's what I mean. You may be spending over 15 mil for all this. Pretty cheap. If you can't afford little bits and pieces, slot out what you will, but I recommend you get it all. Alright guys, we're getting to the saucy bit now where we're going to be fighting Vorkath, but before we do that, I just want to show you how I get there. So in my house, I'll always bring teleport to house tabs, and then I have a teleport room here with a portal that goes straight to the Lunar Isle. Now, if you're doing Dragon Slayer 2, you should have a combat level that allows you to build one of these rooms. It's super low level, nice and easy. The reason why we go to the Lunar Isle is you have these bankers right here. If you talk to either of these two bankers, they will teleport you straight to Fremnik Isle. They'll kick you out of the Lunar Isle and they'll take you to Fremnik Island for free. If you talk to this banker, he is your typical banker where he's not going to kick you out and you can refill your potions and everything like that. Now, before we go, I'll just quickly run through that. As you can see, my range level is 84, so it's very much in the mid game. And I'm using the equipment that I showed on the first screen. In the backpack, I didn't say that you should have a Slayer staff. It isn't mandatory, but it allows you to cast Crumble Undead. Sort of like you can pre-select it. So when you're doing the fight, all you have to do is click your Slayer staff. You'll automatically cast Crumble Undead. It just makes that process easier. You'll see when I actually get to the fight what I mean. So I highly recommend that you just go to a Slayer Master and buy one of these. They're super cheap. And then you want to bring the runes for Crumble Undead, obviously. So Chaos, Air, and Earth. These are sitting inside a rune pouch. They cost about 1 mil. If you can't afford a rune pouch, that's cool. Just bring the 3 runes. You only lose 2 equipment slots. It doesn't really matter. And also just make sure that you have your Ruby Dragon Bolts equipped with your Diamond Bolts in here. We're going to bring 2 prayer pots. These will allow you to kill Vorkath up to 3 times, and sometimes you kind of get lucky and you're able to rinse him 3 times. You need to have an anti-venom because he does a venom fire breath, so this will make you immune to that. Divine ranging potions kind of give me the shits. You lose 10 health, but they mean that you have higher stats for longer, so you can either use divine or a standard ranging potion. Doesn't really matter. I like to be a little bit cheeky and bring a super defense. The 17 defense is really nice. To give you guys a bit of an overview of the fight, basically Vorkath will do a few different attack styles aside from his specials. So he has a few different types of Dragon Breath attacks that he does. It's like a standard, a Venom one, which is why we do the anti-venom, a pink one, which turns your prayers off, so you just turn your prayers back on. And then aside from those Dragon Breath attacks, he also does a magic attack and a range attack. The animation for these is exactly the same. So you can only pray against one because you don't know what you're going to be hit with, right? So as standard with this equipment setup, you would pray magic. Now, most guides will, for some reason, tell you to pray range, but if you look at your defensive bonuses, you've got a defensive bonus of 121 for magic and 167 for range. So you're going to be blocking a whole lot more range damage than you will be with magic. So that's why we pray magic, right? The defensive potion is just going to obviously boost your defense level way up, and those ones that you can't block, those ranging attacks that you can't block, it's just going to sort of, allow you to block some more of those. You can kind of get hit up to like 30, pretty close to 30. So even if this potion only blocked 1 attack, that is better than a shark filling that slot. So for me, super defense potion always makes sense. And then we want to have an extended super anti-fire. So all those dragon fire attacks that I just spoke about, they're not going to do any damage. All right. So to get there, we'll speak to one of these guys. Now the whole reason you want to kill Vorkath is you want to get his head, and then you put that into your Avas, and you end up getting an Ava assembler, which is best in slot. And I believe I'm on my 49th kill, so I should be getting that this time around. Speak to our boy Torfin. Now, feel free to jump this wall. He's not going to attack you until you poke him, so don't be scared. You'll see that I've got these squares here. This is a Rune Light add-on. It's called tile markers or something like that. I don't really know. But this is where you want to have them. So if you sort of count 1, 2, 3 from the wall, and then I can hold down shift, right click, color tile. These are the tiles that you want to stand in, right? When he does a big fireball attack, I'll explain it mid-fight, but it can attack you from 2 tiles away. So this is why you would then click that next tile and you know you're safe from that big fireball attack. All right. When you get up to him, turn your run off. I'll explain to you during the fight why we do that. Drink your ranging potion, super defense, extended anti-fire, poke him, and then we go up to our middle square and we turn on our prayer. I set up quick prayers. I actually have the wrong quick prayer set up, so I'll flick over to that. So as you can see, these are the magic attacks, doing no damage. That's a poison attack, so I'll drink an anti-venom. We've gotten really unlucky with doing no damage to him. Alright, switch to Slayer Staff, instantly kill that little bug. So you can see, alright, so that's the big ball there, right? You need to step 2 squares away, otherwise that thing will kill you. Now, I swear to God, Vorkath has a built-in mechanism where as soon as you go to scratch your arm or you look away and you want to read a Facebook message or something like that, I swear this motherfucker knows that you're not paying attention and he will instantly kill you with that thing, and then it's going to cost you 100k to come back again. It's absolutely infuriating. Alright, so that phase there, that's why we walk. If you run in that phase, you will die. Basically, you just want to, and this is why we stand here, is because it's always going to be clear up the back there. And so you just walk up and down along that clear path. All right, switch to Slayer Staff. Kill the bug. Turn prayer back on. As soon as he hits under 400 HP, then we switch to our Diamond Stars. Alright, so all you need to do is click on them, nice and easy. Alright. Again, we go to the back of this wall here, it's always going to be clear. 100% of the time it's going to be clear. And then we just walk up and down. Make sure you don't hit the end, because if your character ever stops, you will die from these fireballs. Alright. 2 squares away from that. As you can see, we've used barely any food. Right, turn prayer back on. I'll switch this over because I don't have my prayer set up properly. Drink a prayer potion. Getting super unlucky with the hits. But you can kind of see how this boss is a little bit RNG, right? Like, you could get hit by, 6 of those ranging attacks, and you will, get hit by 20s every single time, and your prayer's doing absolutely nothing. And then other times, you'll only get hit by the magic attacks and fire breath attacks, and, you don't lose anything. So this should be the last sort of rotation before he dies, I would say. Alright, switch to Slayer Staff, click that, instantly dead, super easy. Ah, we're getting so unlucky with these hits. This is crazy. Turn the prayer off. Now, if this is your first kill, don't worry about turning your prayers off. It doesn't matter. You're not going to run out. You've got 2 potions, all right? But we use this phase to just click and eat. All right. Check for magic again. Just about dead. All right, done. Hey, Vorkath veteran, and we've got the head right there. Look at that. And this is why you want to do this guy. Get that head, mix it with the Avers. Huge achievement for the account. I mean, this is kind of on par with getting an Infernal Cape. You know, like it's even better than the Fire Cape. You know, this is your best in slot for range. So feels good getting this. This is the whole reason why you want to kill Vorkath, and this is why you want to get that down pat. Now, I actually don't know how you use it. Do you just mix it together like that? Doesn't seem to do it. I'm going to have to use Reddit to find out what the hell I do with this head. But that's the fight. As you can see, I've still got, you know, half an inventory of food. So I will probably run this back and do another kill against him. But honestly, super easy. It's zero stress. Use the gear that I put in the guide. You know, if your range level is at least 80, you'll be absolutely sweet. Any questions, ask me below. Thanks for watching. Bye. I just thought I'd add this in. Apparently you go to Ava and Draenor Mansion, and you bring the head, 75 mithril arrows, and Ava's accumulator, and she should transform this into a accumulator. Go devices. Hey, here we go. Boom. Done. So look at that. +2 range strength, +8 attack bonus, and then we've got some juicy defensive bonuses as well. Woo, it feels good. Best in slot. All right. Have a good one, guys.